Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening. uh, I believe that human being make mistake. The mistake could small, could be big, could be something that people know and something that people do not know. And because of that, you can escape the consequences. But unfortunately, some people has to pay heavy price for the thing that they have done, for the mistake that they have done. They have to go to prison. They have to face the music. They lost their freedoms, being separated from families, luxury of freedom of movements, being separated from children, partners, spouse. And some of them has to be separated because of the long incarceration. That's the price that they have to pay. And that's the most challenging test of life. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 15 years, I spent my time as a doctoral student, and after that, to study and understand why people get radicalized, how they've been influenced by certain ideology that push them to commit certain act of terrorism, being arrested, incarcerated in prison, and they have to spend so long inside the prisons. So my job is just to understand about that. And throughout my career, I have interviewed more than 100 so-called terrorists or radicalized individual in prison. So tonight I'm going to share with you how this individual who has lost their freedoms, being separated from beloved families, friends, children, and spouse, build their resilience. By resilient, I mean the ability to withstand, to persevere, to survive under difficulty, under hardship. And not only that, to grow themselves and to rebuild their life. So that's the story tonight. So as a researcher in this field, I have a quite unique insight because I spent so long studying them, went to prison, interviewed them, speak to their families. What happened to them when they spend their time in prison? How they build their inner strength, how their family face these realities. So, in my recent research, I assemble several members of the research team from various universities. I'm from here, from ISTAC, from IUM in Gombak, from UKM, from UM. We get together, assemble the team, try to understand this, how people build resilience inside the prison. Because when you face the prison's life, it's a very radical change. Usually you have freedom, you wake up in the morning, you can go wherever you want. But suddenly you have to spend your life and daily life every day in a very small space. There's only 1 hour that you have to spend outside the prison cell. It's a very torturous moment. Some people can go into depression. They have a very stressful life. But fortunately, I found that some people stay strong, stay resilient, and be able to rebuild their life again, even though they have to face these kinds of realities. So, what are the secret of resilience? That is very useful for us because in our life, definitely, we face the test of life every second, every day. How do we manage it? So I'm going to share with you this. There are three things that I found that they have that make them strong, that make them resilient, that make them be able to rebuild their life. What is it? These are the three things. First one is the mindset. Mindset is very important. When bad things happen to you, how do you frame the problem? How do you perceive the problem? And to what extent you can accept it? Based on our research, 95% of those people who are accepting the reality, accepting the so-called takdir, they will recover faster. They can build their resilience faster and stronger than those people who are not able to accept their fate and destiny. The faster you accept the reality, the faster you think positively, you frame the problem as an opportunity to correct yourself, to build yourself again, the faster you can move forward and being stronger. Mindset is very important. I also found that those people who are not able to move forward, they really have difficulty to build resilience. They've gone into depression. They lead a very stressful life. Whenever they've been released, they cannot be reintegrated. They cannot return back to their society and cannot function in society. That is the secret of mindset. Having a right mindset to face any kind of challenge is very important. That's what we learn. Second, spirituality. When you spend your time alone in prison, you are hopeless. No one is around you. You're alone with yourself. The only entity and person that you can speak to is to God. This is where the role of spirituality is very important. We found that those people who practice regular spiritual exercise will recover faster than those people who do not do anything, just focus on physical exercise. But if those people who spend so much doing religious rituals, recitation, reflection, meditation, will recover faster. Spirituality and religion is very important in our daily life. If we do not have this, whatever you do, what kind of challenge that you face, you cannot cope up with that. Why? Because you don't have inner strength to face the reality, the tough reality of life. Spirituality provides stability, stability of mind, stability of emotion, and build the inner strength. That's the second things that I found in those people who are able to withstand the challenge in life. The third one is the family support. Family is very important. When you get arrested, spend your time in prison, you will cut off from all kind of communication and interaction. The only person that is able to visit you is your families. If you have this kind of people in your life, you have to visit them. Give them the sense of hope, the sense of belonging, compassion, love. This is going to instill hope and resilience in them. We found that those people who have a regular family interaction and contact will recover faster and stronger. And I think in our life as well, if we spend so much time with the families, we'll be able to be stronger, more resilient, and will be able to face the tough reality of life. So these are the three things that we discover in our research for those people who involved in the act of terrorism, being sent to prison, and later on have to face the tough reality in that life. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, these are the three ingredients that make people stay resilient and be able to build the inner strength in facing the tough challenge of life, whether it is inside the prison and in the real life every day. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the past many years, I travel around the world, bring this message. I speak in international conferences, workshops, and travel around the world. Bring one simple message. We have to give them the second chance. We have to give them the second chance to build their life again. And we help them to build their resilience after they've been released. That was the message that I brought. So, I think after all, that what makes us human. That is being empathic, being compassionate to others. And I think in our life, a lot of people try to do something big to change the world. But to me, I believe that you don't have to do a great things to be great. But we have to do one small thing which is meaningful to others. And that what define us as human. Thank you.